How's it going, guys? It's Marcus. One of my favorite things about Steven Universe is the fusions that the show has. And there are a lot of fusion combinations that we haven't seen yet. So today I'm going to be counting down my top 10 possible fusions that could be happening in Steven Universe. But as a quick disclaimer, some of these fusions may not happen in the future of the series, or maybe didn't happen in the past, but I think they're just cool to think about. If they don't happen in the show at all, just please don't kill me. Just let me breathe a little bit, okay? Great. Thank you. Let's get into this. First on the list, we have Lapis and Garnet. A little bit of an odd combo, and they haven't had a ton of character interaction, but I want to see this because I just am imagining how strong this fusion could be. Because we know Garnet herself is really strong. She was strong enough to beat Jasper in a fight. And Jasper is one of the strongest court soldiers, if not the ultimate court soldier that was created when stated by Peridot when she went to Jasper's kindergarten. Her hole was huge. That thing was ginormous. And we know that Lapis is also stronger than Jasper as well, so it's safe to assume that out of the current gems on Earth right now, Lapis and Garnet are the two strongest. So I really want to see these two fuse just to see how strong they would be and just how overpowered they would be. Honestly, might be stronger than the diamonds. Real talk. If Rose was strong enough to shatter Pink Diamond by herself, Lapis and Garnet, that'd be something else. Number 2 is Pearl and Steven. If these two fuse, it's safe to assume it would form Rainbow Quartz again, because when Pearl and Rose fused back in Greg's flashback, they formed Rainbow Quartz. And that was honestly a really, really cool looking fusion, honestly. It really, really was. And I want to see how that would look with Pearl and Steven, you know? I feel like Pearl hasn't wanted to fuse with Steven because maybe she feels like it's too soon because she used to fuse with Rose a lot, and Rose doesn't exist anymore because of Steven, even though she still loves Steven. I don't know. I think she'd have to get over Rose a little bit more in order to fuse with Steven. You know, maybe when she starts dating the mystery girl. I want to see more of her, speaking of which, but yeah, I just really want to see Rainbow Quartz come back with Pearl and Steven this time. I think it'd be really interesting to see. Number 3, we have Lapis and Peridot. A lot of people are saying that this fusion is bound to happen when the show returns on the episode Gem Harvest, when the show returns in like November or something like that. I really hope it returns before Thanksgiving, because I really miss watching new Steven Universe episodes. But a lot of people have been speculating that Lapis and Peridot are going to fuse in this episode. That would be huge for the development of their characters, because when they first met, they hated each other. Peridot was on the side of Homeworld, and Peridot interrogated her and had her as prisoner, and then when Peridot became a good guy, Lapis had trouble accepting her because of the past interactions that they had. You know, seeing them fuse, that would be such a major step for both of those characters and just their relationship. Oh my god, that would be so cool to see. You know, one half can control water, the other half can control metal. Ooh, that'd be really cool to see. Number 4, we have Steven and Garnet. I'm honestly surprised these two haven't fused yet, because besides Amethyst, I feel like Steven and Garnet have the strongest bond, or he has the strongest bond with her compared to the other crystal gems. I mean, he fused with Amethyst first because they were both kind of odd ones out. You know, Amethyst was the one quartz who didn't become a quartz soldier because she stayed in the ground too long, and Steven isn't rose quartz, he's Steven. He's half gem, half human. But I really want to see Steven and Garnet fuse, because that would be a really interesting fusion, because they have such a strong bond. Like, Garnet is kind of his replacement mom, I guess. You know, now that Rose isn't there anymore, a lot of people consider Garnet his new mom. So I feel like it'd be really nice to see them fuse. Number 5, we have Amethyst and Lapis. Here's where things start getting a little, you know, out there, and it might not happen because these two characters have barely interacted whatsoever. But it'd be an interesting fusion, you know, it's kind of an opposites, it maybe be an opposites attract sort of thing, you know, because Lapis is calm, cool, and collected, and, you know, sometimes can be a little bit of a downer, I guess, while Amethyst is always energized and pumped up and energetic and stuff like that. I just really like to see them fuse once their relationship hopefully develops a little bit more down the road. I don't know. I feel like it'd just be a really cool fusion to have, just the whole opposites attract kind of thing, and I think it'd be a nice touch. And now we're going to get even more out there. Please don't kill me for this. Now, number 6, this is a little bit out there, but hear me out. Bismuth and Steven. I don't know, man. I feel like they can't have a character that used to be on the core Crystal Gem team and only have them in one episode. You know, the way she went off, I mean, even though her intentions were a little bit extreme, at least right when she got bubbled, she agreed that Steven was a better person than Rose, so I guess she sort of learned her lesson? I don't know. I just really want to see these two fuse because Steven is the one who made her calm down a little bit, and she realized that Steven was a better person than Rose because she was actually going to tell the rest of the Crystal Gems the truth about what really happened to Bismuth and how she got bubbled away because Rose didn't want her using the breaking point. I don't know, man. I just really want to see Bismuth come back. It's not fair how she was such a cool gem. She was so cool. And they only had her in one episode. Like, they can't do that, man. They gotta bring her back before the series ends. And she's gotta fuse with Steven. End of discussion. Number 7, we have Peridot and Garnet. Their fusion actually almost happened right before Season 3 started, which is really interesting. I actually really wanted to see that, and I hope that can get fulfilled sometime before the series ends. Because Peridot was sort of similar to Jasper in the sense where she didn't really like fusion, and just Garnet being fused all the time made her incredibly uncomfortable, but Garnet opened her mind a little bit more to fusion, and it'd be really cool to see her fuse with Garnet because Garnet was the one character that got Peridot to be a little bit more open-minded about fusion, so it'd be really nice to see that. Number 8, we have Peridot and Steven. I mean, if Peridot is going to ever fuse with Lapis, I feel like a fusion with Steven is pretty much inevitable because Steven is the reason she likes Earth and calls Earth her home now and is actually kind of buddy-buddy and chummy-chummy with the Crystal Gems and is okay with being, I guess, a traitor to Homeworld. You know, the relationship these two have is just so adorable. I love it so much. I really want to see them fuse. Like I said, if Lapis and Peridot are going to fuse, I feel like Steven and Peridot should also fuse because Steven was Peridot's first friend from Earth, I guess, excluding the other gems. So I really hope we get to see that one day. Number 9, we have Jasper and Steven. Yes, this is a little bit out there, but I do believe that the corrupted gems are going to be healed before the series ends. I feel like if they didn't fix the corrupted gems before the series ended, it'd be kind of a letdown because the whole point of the Crystal Gems and all these missions they've been going on is to find corrupted gems and bubble them. What are they going to do, just keep them in storage for 24/7? Like, it's going to be Steven. Steven is going to be the one who's going to be able to heal them. It's probably going to have something to do with his healing powers and his ability to go into other people's minds. Maybe he'll be able to go inside the gem itself and see their spirit and heal them from inside. There's some shit like that. But point is, I want to see that because I feel like if Steven was able to heal Jasper from her corruption, then maybe she'd turn over a new leaf and they could potentially fuse. You know, because it's usually Steven who befriends these die-hard Homeworld gems before everybody else. It's usually him, you know. He befriended Lapis, he befriended Peridot. If Jasper gets uncorrupted, it'll probably be him who gets Jasper to turn over a new leaf rather than the other Crystal Gems. Because he's a little bit more of a rational thinker when it comes to other Homeworld gems. He's a little bit more peaceful than Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst. And finally, number 10, Pearl and Peridot. With these two, it's sort of a Lapis-Peridot kind of situation because when Peridot came to Earth and she was first hiding out at the barn and stuff like that before the whole yellow diamond thing went down, Pearl and Peridot had a really tough time getting along because Peridot kept disrespecting her and treating her like a servant because she was just a Pearl and they had that whole duel with the giant robot. So it's safe to assume that Peridot has a little bit of a rocky relationship with Pearl. I mean, at least with Lapis, they've been able to bond a little bit more because they've been living at the barn together, but with Pearl, they're not living together. They haven't really talked like that since the whole robot fight duel thing, so I think it'd be nice to see them fuse and have their relationship expand a little bit more. It might be a little bit difficult for that to happen, considering they don't interact that much in this series anymore, but I feel like it'd be a really cool combination to see them fuse. Yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed, and let me know in the comment section down below what fusion you want to see in the future of Steven Universe that hasn't been shown already. And be sure to subscribe to my channel for more content, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.